Hi, ladies and gents, and welcome to the latest installment of my program. In this edition, I'm going to be discussing, in brief, Alfred Hitchcock's 1942 thriller and another in his long-running tradition of wrong man movies, Saboteur, starring Robert Cummings as Billy Kane and Priscilla Lane as Pat. This movie is not to be confused with an earlier film of his, by the way, also with a similar name called Sabotage in 1936. I'll review that one at a later point. I also have that. This one came on the Hitchcock 14 Blu-ray disc collection, which I highly recommend. This movie, as I said, is another in Hitchcock's long-standing tradition of wrong man movies. It's a formula that he'd returned to time and time again throughout his career. It was earlier shown in the 39 Steps and would later be seen in films such as North by Northwest and the movie The Wrong Man, with the title of the same name. This film involves an arson at a aircraft manufacturing plant where Billy Kane works, and he is framed for the arson and goes on the run on a kind of an interstate chase across America. I thought this film was quite good. I was very entertained throughout. I was never bored, and the lead was quite entertaining and funny. There were some really good supporting characters. I liked the carnies. There's a scene when they jump on a bus, and there's some carnival performers, a bearded lady, and a set of twins, and a small man, and that was just a really amusing set piece in the movie. At one point, the hero comes across the home of a kindly blind man who invites him in, gives him food, and the blind man plays some music for him. And in this scene, he meets Pat, who is the man's niece, and Pat ends up trying to turn him into the police, and the hero handcuffs her to him, and that was kind of similar to in the 39 Steps. It reminded me quite a bit of that film. The one thing I didn't think was very well done in this film was the way that the heroine falls for him very quickly. Like, at one point she wants to turn him into the police, and within a few scenes she's in love with him and wants to help him. And I thought the transition between that and her loving him could have been done a bit better, a bit smoother. That just seemed to happen really quickly. But this was quite a good film, and the climax felt kind of modern. There's a showdown on the Statue of Liberty, and it's something that a lot of modern action films do, like Die Hard, and a lot of the James Bond films, how they end up with a fight on top of a high building or something like that, like the Golden Gate in A View to a Kill. It ends with the villain struggling with the hero, and the seams in his sleeve rip, and the guy just falls to his doom off the Statue of Liberty, and screaming the protagonist's name, and it just felt very modern. So Hitchcock, I think, had a hand in inventing the modern action thriller genre. There's a struggle over a bomb. There's a plot with the villains to bomb a shipyard at the end, and they're fighting over the switch for the bomb. And that also felt like quite a modern take. You have to give Hitchcock credit with creating that entire genre, I think. It goes all the way back to him. And this was a funny movie with some really good scenes. I liked the scene when the hero and the mastermind of the plot are discussing the pro-American values versus anti-American values. It felt almost like something out of a modern action film, the kind of politics in this film. It was produced during World War II, and one of the screenwriters was the comedian Dorothy Parker. She worked on the screenplay. And yeah, there are some real zingers in the dialogue in this film, I thought. And I hope you agree when you watch this one. It's in the Hitchcock Blu-ray box set, and I would recommend this. It's not his best film, but it's certainly not a bad one. It's maybe some might say it's Hitchcock by formula, but what's wrong with that? Hitchcock is Hitchcock. I mean, yes, he's done many films of this kind, but this is an entertaining one. I reckon you'd enjoy this one. Please return to my channel for more Hitchcock and for some more directors, and I shall be back soon. Have a good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Adam Walton, signing out.